Okay, that's what I'm saying. Don't go down without a fight.
The hell is that about?
Well, they didn't kill as many people as I thought they were going to, so I guess I feel okay about that. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Prez Grits Presents. I'm Prez Grits. We got Mikey J. We are here today to watch a little bit more of Vikings, eh? All right. How's it going, Mike? How we doing?
I have two words for you, Prez. Vikings Nation!
Vikings!
We are back and better than ever.
Back and better than ever, and back and ready to rock. You want to give us a recap on the last episode?
If I can remember that far back, I think we have, let's see, I know we have definitely some separation between the two factions. Some people have decided to go back west to see what's going on. And I know they landed on the shores of the English monastery, wherever they were, but
Oh
they didn't
yeah.
seem to get quite the reception they got last time. People seemed to be confused whether they were traders or fighters, and
Right.
it definitely turned out not to be the trading type. So I think we're going to see probably more bloodshed this episode, if I had to guess.
Yeah, I was very surprised to see the reaction of the knights on the shore. They're like, "Hey, traders!" I'm like, these guys they don't even look like traders. Like, how dumb are you guys? Like, they don't even look like traders. They only have weapons. So yeah, that didn't work out too well for those knights. And that was the other thing too. I was a little bit surprised by they were dressed the part, but they didn't seem to have any training. I mean, they weren't caught by surprise per se by the Vikings. I mean, they were standing on their side. Things got tense before any of the fighting started.
Yeah,
So it's not like they were like completely like jumped from behind. They had their hands on their weapons,
yeah.
but none of them seemed to have any decent sword training because they were easily dispatched by what I would imagine would be a pretty untrained rabble of Vikings. Vikings don't really seem to be having an
Well,
organized army. That they didn't have like a general. They weren't wearing matching armor. That had the emblem of the king and all that mess. Like here these guys with their horses and all of that, easily dispatched by Vikings. I was just like, yeah, okay. I guess I
no,
have to believe that.
no, I hear you. I think on one side, you're probably right. They didn't look the part, but remember these Vikings, they don't mess around. They've been fighting since the age they could probably pick up a sword, right? So it's kind of like reminds me of what's that movie, 300, right? It's like at a young age, they were just putting swords in the kids' hands. So
No, it's
I
not
don't
like
know if it's the
300 at
same
all.
on the
That's an
British
actual
side.
army.
But again, when you're made,
These guys are farmers.
when your main export is pillaging and plundering, you know what? You're probably going to start early.
True. I mean, yes. I mean, I could see that side of it too, but I also see the side of they plunder easy targets. They plunder
Yes,
small villages that don't have an
true,
army. Like they just,
true.
I would think.
I don't
Like
think they've ever seen anybody more powerful than them. I think they are usually the alpha in most situations. That's my guess,
I
anyway.
mean, them plundering, uh, the priest made perfect sense. I mean, those guys put up zero resistance, so of course, but
Yep.
I would expect, it's just that my expectation of guards on horses with training and
Yeah.
swords should be able to do a little bit
Way better.
better than whatever that was.
Fair enough.
The one guy got away. Okay,
Fair enough.
okay.
That's right.
Listen, and they're gonna march in because kings have armies and that's the other thing. These kings have armies that fight each other all the time,
Yeah.
and they also go out and and colonize and do whatever they do and conquer all of the
Yeah.
time. The
Yeah.
Vikings aren't really doing all that. Like they're
No.
just. I wouldn't. I mean, they barely had a boat.
And they just made it.
Yeah. So.
Speaking of boats, this kind of ties into my Viking fact of the day.
Ooh.
And this actually made me think of this when I read this fact, connected to I think last episode or one of the last episodes when the Vikings were first coming over, and that loudmouth on the boat, we don't remember his name, the one who started mouthing off, "We're gonna die, we're gonna die, we're gonna die," and he didn't exactly have a great death. But did you know that Vikings normally buried their dead in boats? Now, you may have seen this maybe in other movies or other settings, but it was actually in the Norse religion, valiant warriors entered festive, glorious realms after death, and it was thought that the vessels that served them well in life would help them reach their final destination. Distinguished raiders and prominent women were often laid to rest in ships surrounded by weapons, valuable goods, and sometimes even sacrificed slaves. Now, that guy that he didn't get a very warm death, I don't think. They just tossed his ass over the side. So
Yeah.
maybe we are seeing an early version of this, or maybe this guy just didn't deserve that kind of a death. I'm not sure.
Well, he didn't die in battle, so I don't know if that had an effect.
That's true. He died. What would you say his cause of death? Being a loudmouth, mostly?
Yeah. Loose lips. Loose lips sunk his ship, so.
He didn't even get a ship to sink with him.
Nope. He should have kept all that doom and gloom to himself.
You did it to yourself, my man.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, I'm not going to talk too much. We're going to jump right in. But before we do, I want to remind everybody that this is not a market substitute. So please head on down to Amazon, check out the show if you've not seen it already, and then come back and do the reaction with us. And I also remind everybody that there will be time codes down below that you'll be able to go straight to the reaction or straight to the review at the end. And yeah, that's about all I've got. So I just want to remind everyone to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment down below, and let's get back to the show.
I bring news.
Okay, I'm already annoyed. They're planning on murdering everybody. I do not like this.
Straight up. Straight up.
Let's attack straight away.
No,
Wait till the cover of night.
we attack tomorrow.
Oh.
Infiltrate.
Then we attack tomorrow.
Why?
You will understand
'Cause-
tomorrow.
Because they're religious.
Who are these strangers? They were not Franks then.
Most was tall as giants.
Ha!
They killed some of the brothers. Wherever they come from, they are not welcome in my kingdom.
So what are you gonna do? He looks like Robert Baratheon.
Yeah, I almost said the same thing. You're right.
It's getting light. We wasted too much time already.
We must wait a little longer. And listen.
Bells.
Yep.
Yeah, I knew it. The
I knew
bells.
that too. Bells.
Hit them all there in church.
Oh boy.
Do you not approve of this Sunday attack?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
They leave their weapons outside. Oh, snap. Bloodbath.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Don't go down without a fight.
Right in God's house.
In the name of God, who are you? If you do not resist, we will not hurt you.
Ha, I don't believe that at all.
Tell them not to be afraid. God bless.
You know what we're here for.
I mean, it's a small town. You can't hear people screaming.
The old aren't good for being slaves, I guess. The hell is that about? I love
Why do you burst in like that?
Oh no. Yeah, Loki. Oh no, he didn't! No, he didn't!
Yep.
Get out! Leave her alone.
No, she's not down with this, huh? What? Fighting each other?
Interesting.
Come on, Shield Maiden. I don't know if I remember who this is. Do you know who this is?
Well,
Oh my
people
goodness.
keep playing her. Same thing happens every time. Y'all need to learn to leave that woman alone.
Where is Canute? Where
Can't make it.
is Canute?
Oh, that was Canute? Oh.
Oh, good. He sucked anyway.
Yeah, but he was the spy. Yeah, but now they have to explain it to
You.
Well, they didn't kill as many people as I thought they were going to, so I guess I feel okay about that.
Oh, they think they're gonna stop him on the way out.
Oh, snap. See, this is what I'm saying. An army.
That's a little bigger army.
How you gonna get out of this one, boys?
They're still gonna trounce these guys.
No freaking way. There ain't no way.
Yeah, no, these are Vikings, man. See, this is some
Seriously?
300. That's some 300 shit right here.
Oh, come on now.
Wow, okay.
This is the ocean spray!
Oh my goodness. Death from above. They let one through and they just destroy him. Oh, baby. Oh! Oh no!
I'm saying, you gotta get one of these guys. Come on.
They thought this was going to be an easy battle. Finish. They're just better at this. They were built for this.
Wow.
You didn't think that was going to happen.
Wow.
And maybe they lose 2 or 3 against like 50.
We couldn't understand anything they said at all, except one word. Ragnar.
What does that mean?
Ragnar's the main guy.
Yeah, I know, but what does that mean to them?
I mean, is that the same little priest guy? I feel like it's somebody else.
Somebody else.
What happened to the other little guy? Oh, he stayed at home. He stayed at home. That's right, I forgot.
I want to make a
Well.
sacrifice to Thor.
What will you sacrifice?
You.
I knew that was coming.
I'm going to use that. Holy sacrifice, you.
I knew that was coming.
Where are you, Lord? Where are you? And why don't you answer me?
Eat questions.
Faith is shaking.
Mm-hmm. Now, how's the Earl going to take, what's his name being dead?
You are the man that people say you are, and I am happy to salute your achievements
Interesting.
and to share in the profit of your raid.
I bet you are happy about that.
Knut, where is he?
Knut is dead. I killed him.
I knew he was going to say he killed him.
For building the boat for sailing west, but he wants to be the hero.
He is.
Well,
You want to be someone, Rollo, because you still walk in the shadow of Ragnar Lothbrok.
I do not like him so hard.
Bring in the prisoner.
Murderer?
Murderer or
well.
plunderer? What are they calling him?
Well, yeah, I mean, y'all are Vikings. Y'all murder a lot of people. Where are we drawing these lines?
Knut, as some of you may know, was the bastard son of my father.
Oh, I didn't know that.
My
You heard me.
husband did not kill Knut Thordorf.
Then who did?
Oh, no.
A murder is committed, and the only witnesses are a husband and his wife.
And they're lying about it.
You didn't kill my brother. Look at you. How could you?
She should demonstrate. You
Oh, my God.
smelly butthole.
Come on, man.
What Ragnar Lothbrok has sworn is true.
Okay. What?
Thank God.
Wait. Hey. What?
To his future and his freedom. No.
Look at those flagons. Those are awesome. I want that for my coffee mug.
All right? That would be great.
Ragnar! Did you see Horason's face when he had to acquit you?
Why? Who? Well, yeah, they got him for sure. We saw that.
Which guy is that guy?
He's the big guy, long hair.
That describes literally all of them.
Do the gods really exist?
Wow.
Fair question. Everybody's questioning their faith. All right. Another episode down. That was a pretty good one. You know, I gotta say, I'm struggling a little bit with the believability of this little band of Vikings versus these actual England armies. That was rough. Like, I'm just like, okay, here's my thing, and forgive me if I'm just crazy, but wouldn't it be in the best interest of the English soldiers who found the boat, caught the guys that were on the boat, killed them, sink the boat, so those guys can't escape? Like, why would you not just sink their means of escape right off the bat? Like, I am completely mystified by that move. Like, yeah, y'all got here, y'all ain't leaving. Not with this stuff, not today. On top of that, they had them completely caught off guard, and still lost with a much. They had the element of surprise. They had the advantage of numbers. They had the advantage of weapons. Like they had all of the advantages, and they still folded like cards. I'm just like, are you see? And there were so many of them. Why didn't they were only blocking from the front, and anybody could have just walked around to the back and that would have been that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't know what I was watching. I was like, you guys are. What am I watching?
There's two things I see happening. One, and you kind of described it, but definitely overconfidence from the English. You know, they have this feeling that we'll just outnumber them. If we're outnumber them 3-1, what do you think it was? 3-1 ratio, something like that.
At least. Plus superior weaponry, like superior armor.
Right. So in their world, numbers and equipment is all you really need, right?
Okay, but that's actually in every world. That's
not well. This is where I'm going to make. I'm going to make a different point. I'm going to say that to the Vikings, though, there's another angle, which is will, pure will. There's this thing I hear people say: is it will or skill? Right? These Vikings have clearly the skill, but also the will, way more than these English do. They just had more get up and go. They wanted it. They had to get off that beach. Plus, I want to say one other thing. They also had, back to my earlier point before we started, clearly they practiced and trained together. That whole shield maneuver they were doing, you don't learn that morning. That's something that is trained over years and years. And that's the 300 stuff we were talking about.
That's true.
How Spartans were able to beat much bigger armies. It was the same idea. So I don't know. I get it, and the numbers and the equipment are one or two good aspects of a fight, but that pure just will and training is also something that is hard to beat.
I think then I guess my problem is I feel like I needed to see that. Like I needed to see that they had this training at some
fair.
like I needed to like because without that I'm just like this isn't
fair.
really making sense. Like
That's fair.
You know, like I feel like I needed to like I've not really seen anything that says that they sit around and train like that.
Right, that's fair.
Like they've not displayed that in any of the episodes so far. So
now we know.
I'm just like, so now maybe I need a flashback. Like how did we get here? How did you guys get so organized? Like, and not to mention, it's not like this was a known band. Like he had to put these people together after he had the boat. So when did they do all this? Like when did they work together like this? When? I want to know. They needed to tell me because it seems like the other army obviously worked together. They're literally wearing the same clothes. Like the actual army seems like they would obviously like they were standing like they had their formation too though. Let's not forget. Like they had their formation too. They had their you know their ways of doing things too. They had their training together too. But theirs just made more sense because they're an actual army versus this ragtag. I don't know. I'm having trouble. I hear what you're saying. I'm having trouble with it though. I'm having trouble like wrapping my mind around it. I'm gonna need a little bit more explanation to make me feel better about it. Hopefully the show will give us that. Like it'll give us like, please explain why you guys are so good at this together. I just want to know that they've done. Like I want to see that they've done this before.
I think at their barbecues, that's what they bust out the practice. Okay, we're gonna practice the old shield maneuver now. After everybody.
Then show me that. Like with the shield. Okay, so I don't know if you've ever seen the Wonder Woman movie, right? Did you ever see the first one?
Yes.
Do you remember they did that whole training thing and they did the shield and
they jumped off the thing?
Like they showed us.
Yes.
So when that happened later, it wasn't like, well, how the hell they know how to do that?
I got you.
Like they actually gave us a reason to believe it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, and this they're not giving us any of that.
That's fair.
And they're making the England army seem so ridiculously inept and stupid. And I'm just like, and you would think too. I mean, I hear what you're saying too, but you would think that knowing that these people are murdering your clergy and stealing your stuff, you'd think they'd be super duper pissed and ready for business.
Yeah.
So
I was going to take it the other direction. I'm more surprised when they get back home, all of a sudden, all that badassery just kind of disappears. Like he's like getting taken away in chains, and then they're having a party, and suddenly they're being invaded. Like can't they keep their guard up when they're home? Because it seems like, no offense, seems like it's much more dangerous at home than it is even in England. You got to be more careful with. You can't leave your weapons outside the party.
Okay, and isn't it ironic that you're making another? See, these are things that I'm telling you. These are things that my mind is thinking too, and I'm just like, because they just went to that religious place where everybody had their weapons outside, and they like that just happened. That just happened, and then for them to turn around and be inside of a party doing the exact same thing under the circumstances where they knew that there was hostility going on in the town from the Earl doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry,
I'm with you, man.
No sense.
I'm with you. I'm with 100% there.
No sense.
No.
See, some of this ain't really adding up totally. But you know what though? That's the thing about reactions. Like, I gotta keep it real. Like, I like aspects of it. Some of this crap don't make no sense. Like,
I'm still riding with it though. I still.
Oh yeah, it's fun.
I love where it's going, and this King Baratheon. I'm gonna call him King Baratheon, like you said over, because he's easiest way to remember him. But he looks like maybe even a more in charge King Baratheon. So I think he hasn't had his last say. I think he's gonna muster an army here eventually, and I think it might not get so easy for them next time they try to show up on the English shores.
First of all, if they don't I have no words for that King's Guard. Like, the king was asking some real questions because he's like, no, explain to me what the F you talking about, because unless they had wings and was breathing fire.
He was great. He was great. I like him. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, he's great.
Like, explain to me why y'all come back here, and and you know what? They really probably should not. They probably should not have killed both of those guys that they had. They probably should have killed one, kept one alive. They should have killed one, kept one alive, sunk the ship, and that would have been that. It would have been. I mean, you sink their ship. What are they going to do? They came here with one ship to sink the ship.
Yeah, exactly. And that ship took a long time to get. Oh, so they did kill. They said they killed 2 of the people they left behind, huh? That's right. They did say that.
Yeah, they killed the 2 because there's 2 people regarding the boat. Yeah, so they killed those 2 guys, and they're like, we couldn't understand a word they said, and they killed him. I'm like, I would have killed one, kept the other one alive.
But smart.
The whole, man, I'm really just angry about that whole. I'm really angry about that whole scene. That's twice those Vikings should not have won. Like, no way they should have won. The first time was bad. The second time was worse, and I'm just like, I don't know. I better see a complete turnaround on these English people and the way they fight. Like, they need to turn it around, because
trust me,
it's making it hard to believe that the English could conquer anything. That's how they're doing it. Like,
if there's one thing I remember from history, I think the English dominate a lot of countries. So I have a feeling at some point
literally the Queen of England still has the freaking the Star of Africa her crown right now. So yeah, and Vikings have nothing. So I'm gonna need to see a turnaround. Because it's not like Vikings rule anything to this day. So
no lies detected. No, I'm with you on all that.
But no, that was a fun episode.
Fun. Yes, very good.
Very good. All right. Do you have anything else?
Nope. Looking forward to the next one. Can't get here fast enough.
All right. Well, we will see you guys in the next one. Bye.